what if everything you thought you knew about creating your reality, what if it was actually backwards? We're so often told, that manifesting desires means doing more, working harder.
Visualizing really intensely, maybe.
Right. But what if the most powerful force isn't about doing anything at all? What if it's about something much quieter, like pure witnessing?
That's a fascinating starting point.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really going to peel back the layers on something that honestly could shift how you see everything.
We're diving into how your consciousness isn't just passively watching.
No, it's actually this incredibly precise, energetic instrument. It's constantly sending out instructions.
Instructions to an invisible field, right? A field that shapes reality around you.
Exactly. But here's the catch, the challenge for most people.
The signals are all mixed up. Chaotic.
Totally chaotic, yeah. Contradictory, even.
Right.
So our mission for this deep dive is to figure out how you can move from that chaos
to real, precise control over what actually shows up in your life.
Yeah. How to get clear signals out there.
And it really is compelling, thinking of consciousness as an instrument. Because, like any sensitive scientific tool,
it needs calibration.
It absolutely needs calibration. Wow. Its accuracy depends entirely on it. And, the truth is, most of us are walking around with awareness that's, it's pretty out of alignment.
Which leads to those chaotic signals we mentioned.
And often, unfortunately, unwanted outcomes because of it.
Okay, so what does this actually mean for you listening right now?
Well, throughout this deep dive, we're going to unpack what we call the silent observer matrix. It's a specific 4-stage process, really designed to take that scattered, maybe chaotic awareness
and turn it into focused, creative power.
Real power.
And by the end of our chat today,
you should have a really clear understanding of why witnessing isn't just another technique,
but maybe the most advanced one.
Arguably, yes. The most advanced and potentially most effective way to consciously create.
All right, let's get into it. Stage 1, understanding the, let's call it the contaminated consciousness.
Yeah.
Imagine you're trying to tune into your absolute favorite radio station. You know the song you want is playing. It's right there.
But you can barely hear it.
Exactly. Because there's all this static bleeding through from like a dozen other frequencies.
That's a great analogy.
That's pretty much what happens with your awareness when your mind is full of, mental noise.
The field of potential is broadcasting infinite possibilities constantly.
But if you've got all that noise, you can't receive them clearly. I mean, sometimes my mind feels less like one station and more like
a cacophony?
Yeah, like 10 different talk shows all yelling at once.
That's a perfect image for it. And this static, this noise, it's not just random thoughts flitting through.
No. What is it then?
It's more like the accumulated residue, years of conditioning, Unprocessed emotions, reactive patterns.
Like dust on a camera lens.
Exactly like dust on a lens. Every worry you have about the future, every regret about the past, even just judging what you think is possible.
It all acts as interference.
It distorts the signal, both what you're sending out to the field and what you're able to receive back.
So it's like trying to take this amazing photo, but your window is just filthy.
Right. Doesn't matter how good the camera is, the image is going to be blurred.
Your awareness becomes like a compass, but instead of pointing true north to what you really want,
the needle's swinging wildly, pulled by fear, past stuff, what other people expect.
Yeah. And when you try to navigate life like that, with that kind of distorted awareness,
you end up creating realities that feel chaotic.
Yeah.
Contradictory.
Yeah.
Just frustrating.
Because you're essentially getting false readings from your own consciousness.
Precisely. And the difference between that kind of contaminated observation and truly clear awareness is huge.
Like looking through clear glass versus
a funhouse mirror. Both show you something, but only one gives you accurate information about what's really there.
Okay, so this leads us right into the first crucial stage of this silent observer matrix. Calibrating your energetic instrument.
Getting the instrument tuned up.
Exactly. The goal here is to start perceiving what we call the silent observer state. A state where multiple timelines, multiple possibilities, they actually become visible simultaneously.
It sounds a bit sci-fi, maybe.
It does. But think of it like suddenly seeing the whole electromagnetic spectrum, not just the tiny slice of visible light we normally see.
Okay.
When your awareness gets clear, you realize that all these possibilities for love, abundance, health, creativity, they're not out there waiting to be made.
They're already here, vibrating right now.
Right here, right now, just waiting for your newly calibrated consciousness to tune into them, to detect them.
And this isn't about forcing yourself to think positive, is it? Or trying to feel good all the time when you don't.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
The practice here is really sustained witnessing without judgment.
Without judgment. That's key.
It's learning to observe everything, your desires, your current situation, all the possibilities, with the kind of neutral clarity, like a scientist watching an experiment.
Because judgment, that's like throwing a stone into still water, isn't it?
Totally. It creates ripples, distortions. But when you can hold that clear, non-judgmental awareness...
You become like a still pond, perfectly reflecting the sky.
Exactly. And in that state, your consciousness is so clear, so steady, that the realities you prefer, they just naturally collapse into form, simply by being witnessed cleanly.
Okay, so how does someone listening right now actually start doing this? How do you calibrate?
Well, it's simpler than it sounds, maybe.
Good.
Start by just noticing. Noticing when your awareness feels cluttered, reactive, noisy.
Just becoming aware of the static first.
Yeah. Then take a moment to consciously clear it. You can focus on your breath for a second.
Or feel your feet on the ground. That helps ground you.
Definitely. Or even just ask yourself gently, what am I witnessing right now?
That's a simple question.
These little practices, they help bring you back to that clear, calibrated state where you can actually perceive and choose from all those possibilities that are always, always available.
Okay, so once you've started calibrating, making the instrument clearer, the next step is absolutely crucial.
This is stage 2, witnessing without reacting.
Yes. And this is where it gets really impactful, because understanding this, well, you start to see how many limitations might have been self-imposed.
You mentioned before that every emotional reaction is like a vote for that reality to continue.
Mm-hmm. It reinforces the pattern.
So if our emotions are casting these votes, how do we even begin to notice we're voting for something we don't want? Especially when these reactions feel so automatic.
That's a vital question, really, because most of us have been reacting automatically for so long we don't even see it happening.
Right.
So the practice starts simply. Just observe your emotional responses during the day. When something triggers frustration or anger or fear,
Instead of jumping straight into fixing it or pushing it away.
exactly, pause, just for a beat, and ask yourself, okay, what am I witnessing right now? And then how am I responding to what I'm witnessing?
Separating the witnessing from the responding.
That gentle inquiry creates what we call a response gap, a tiny space between the trigger and your reaction.
And in that gap,
You find choice again, conscious choice. The more you practice creating these little gaps, the better you get at conscious observation instead of that unconscious reaction.
because when you react emotionally to something unwanted,
You're not just observing it anymore, you're energetically tangling yourself up with it. You're basically telling the field, yes, more of this, please.
it's like accidentally hitting repeat on a song you hate.
Exactly, you keep bringing it back.
So, training your awareness to observe without reacting, it's almost like becoming a skilled documentary filmmaker.
How do you mean?
Well, you're there, you're present, witnessing everything that's
But
happening.
you're not jumping into the scene trying to change it while the camera's rolling.
Right, you maintain a certain detachment, not coldness,
No.
but stability.
Emotional stability, yes. The ability to witness clearly without getting sucked into the drama of the story you're observing.
Okay, so as you get better at this non-reactive witnessing,
Mm-hmm.
something really cool starts to happen.
In the spaces between thoughts.
Yeah, those moments of quiet aren't empty. They start to expand almost into what we're calling consciousness portals.
Portals. Okay, tell me more.
It's like places where infinite possibilities exist in pure potential. It's almost like you suddenly start seeing the code behind the matrix, you know?
So a reality feels less fixed, more fluid.
Exactly. You perceive it more as this fluid field of possibilities constantly shifting. And these quiet spaces, these portals between thoughts, they become doorways.
Doorways into the field of infinite possibilities, what quantum physics talks about.
That's the idea. This is stage 3, accessing consciousness portals and conscious reality selection.
And this really underscores that core shift, doesn't it? True manifestation. It starts not in the doing, but in the being.
Not in the thinking, but in the witnessing.
Precisely.
And here's how this directly impacts manifesting your desires. This isn't about pretending something is real when it isn't, or just visualizing harder.
No, it's more subtle.
It's about training your perception, training it to see beyond the current physical situation.
To the energetic reality where all possibilities already exist.
Yes. When you can truly witness your desires, not as future hopes, but as present realities in that energetic field.
You create the conditions for them to materialize, collapse into form.
Exactly. Instead of feeling desperate for them, you learn to feel almost grateful for their existence in the field, resting in the knowledge they're already here.
Just waiting to be witnessed into physical form.
We call this quantum perception. Not strictly scientific, maybe, but as a way to describe perceiving reality at that deeper energetic level, beyond just what your five senses are telling you right now.
I like the analogy of a beautiful sunset.
Oh, yeah.
You don't make the sunset happen, do you? You don't strain or strive.
No, you just appreciate it, witness its beauty.
Exactly. Relaxed appreciation. And the same applies to your desires. When you can witness them with that same quality of relaxed, appreciative awareness.
You create the perfect conditions for them to stabilize in your experience.
Mm-hmm.
But the flip side is also true, isn't it? Most people, unknowingly.
They create limitations through reactive observation.
Yeah, like looking at your bank balance with anxiety.
Or your relationship with frustration. Or your health with worry.
Every time you do that, you're kind of voting for those limitations to stick around.
You're strengthening the energetic signature of those unwanted experiences. Your consciousness is always creating through observation, whether you know it or not.
The question is just whether it's conscious or unconscious creation.
Right. Now, some might find this hard, this quantum perception, especially when facing tough stuff like that low bank account. How is this different from just denial or wishful thinking?
That's a really important distinction.
It is. It's not about denying what's currently in front of you. It's about recognizing that your current reality is only one possible configuration.
And you have the power to shift your observation to a different configuration.
Exactly. So the protocol for conscious reality selection, it's actually quite simple.
Okay, what is it?
When you notice yourself observing something you don't want and feeling that reactive emotion, first, gently shift your attention, maybe to your breath or your body, just for a second.
Interrupt the pattern.
Yes, interrupt the reactive pattern. Then ask yourself, what reality would I prefer to witness right now?
Okay.
Finally, turn your attention gently towards that preferred reality and witness it. Witness it with that same quality of neutral appreciation, like you're looking at a beautiful piece of art.
Not forcing it, just
Yeah.
choosing where to place your awareness.
Precisely. You're choosing which reality to observe, and the field responds to that non-reactive, appreciative choice.
Okay, so as you practice this conscious witnessing,
Yeah.
you get better at selecting possibilities. But this next stage, this takes it even further. It's about actively restructuring the field itself.
Building momentum.
Yes, stage 4. Actively restructuring the field reality momentum. The idea here is that when you consistently observe your desired outcomes with focused, clear awareness, you're not just hoping anymore.
You're literally reorganizing the energetic field, the foundation of physical reality.
That's the mechanism. It's how consciousness actually influences reality at that fundamental level.
I like thinking about it like dropping pebbles in water.
Go on.
A single observation, a single moment of witnessing. It's like one pebble. Creates ripples, sure, but they fade out pretty quickly in the vast ocean of potential.
Right.
But when you consistently observe that same desired outcome, day after day, week after week, with that focused, coherent awareness.
It's like dropping pebbles repeatedly in the exact same spot.
Exactly. And eventually, those ripples start to reinforce each other. They build up, they create standing waves.
Waves that become stable.
Yeah.
Sounds.
Yes. And this really shows why consistency matters so much more than intensity.
Ah, okay. So a gentle daily practice is better than like one massive visualization session once a month.
Far more effective,
Yeah.
generally. That gentle, consistent observation of your desired reality with clear awareness, that's what really reorganizes the energetic field over time.
And this is fascinating. This observer effect, it isn't just for tiny subatomic particles in physics labs.
No, consciousness seems to operate as a scaling force.
Meaning it works at all levels, organizing matter simultaneously.
That seems to be the implication. If your consciousness influences these subtle, energetic patterns, and those patterns make up everything.
Then ultimately your consciousness is influencing the whole structure of your reality.
Which is why sustained practice is key. Every time you observe your desired outcome with that clear, non-reactive awareness, you're nudging the energetic substrate.
And over time, this builds up, creating reality momentum.
Exactly. Your observations become more powerful, your manifestations tend to become quicker, more precise.
So when does the real shift happen? The breakthrough?
Often the breakthrough moment comes when your internal observation of your desired reality starts to feel more real to you than your current external circumstances.
More real than what's actually happening out there. That sounds weird.
It can sound counterintuitive, yeah, but it's a natural result of sustained conscious observation. When you've consistently witnessed that preferred reality with focused awareness, there comes a point where that inner vision just feels more true, more alive.
And that's the tipping point.
That's the manifestation tipping point. Physical reality almost has no choice but to reorganize itself to match that dominant inner vision, because your consciousness has made that the strongest energetic frequency.
So you hear people say things like, I know my bank account shows X, but I feel wealthy.
Or, I know I'm technically single, but I feel deeply loved already.
I know the diagnosis says this, but I feel completely healthy.
Exactly. And crucially, this isn't denial. It's a genuine shift in perception, born from that consistent inner witnessing. It's quantum perception in action.
And the neuroscience behind this is pretty compelling too, isn't it?
Absolutely. When you consistently visualize or observe specific outcomes in this way, your brain actually starts wiring itself as if those experiences are already happening.
Creating new neural pathways.
Yes. Your nervous system literally starts to embody the reality you're observing internally, which creates the perfect internal conditions for the external manifestation to occur.
It basically rewires your perception, so you start noticing possibilities that were invisible before.
Right. And your brain chemistry changes too. It starts releasing the neurochemicals associated with that desired reality.
Creating a feedback loop. Your inner state matches the desired outer state more and more.
Exactly. Now, maintaining this until the manifestation solidifies, that takes what we might call energetic discipline.
The ability to keep returning to that preferred observation, even when reality seems to be screaming the opposite.
Precisely. It's not about ignoring current reality. It's about remembering that current reality is just one possible configuration of potential.
And you have the power to influence which configuration stabilizes.
Right. So practices for this include things like daily rituals for conscious observation.
Making it a habit.
Developing the skill to quickly return to your preferred observation whenever you catch yourself getting pulled back into limitation or reaction.
Like a mental reset button.
And, importantly, trusting the process. Trusting enough to maintain your observation even when the external proof hasn't shown up yet.
Okay, so mastering these 4 stages is huge.
Yeah.
But you mentioned there's potentially something beyond this.
Yes. There seems to be a transcendent state that some practitioners report reaching, a state where the illusion of separation itself starts to dissolve.
Separation between observer and observed.
Between the self and the field, yes. People describe no longer feeling like a separate observer looking at reality from the outside.
Of feeling like they've become the field itself.
Exactly. Feeling vast, infinite, intimately connected to everything. There was one person who described it as...
What do they say?
Something like, I stopped feeling like I was trying to manifest things and started feeling like I was the space where all possibilities exist. I realized I was the universe having a conversation with itself.
Wow, that's profound.
It's not just poetic language, though. It seems to describe a genuine shift in identity. Consciousness and reality are recognized as one unified field.
And we reach that state. Manifestation isn't work anymore.
It becomes just, natural expression, effortless flow.
And does anything else change? Like time?
Yes, reports often mention the relationship with time shifts dramatically. Linear time kind of gives way to an eternal now.
Where all possibilities exist simultaneously.
That's the feeling. And reality itself becomes incredibly fluid, like liquid, instantly shaping itself to match consciousness.
Someone said it felt like clay.
Yes, reality feels like clay, constantly reshaping based on the quality of attention.
So in that state, limitations just vanish.
As the boundaries dissolve, yes. Manifestation happens through pure being, just resting in the awareness of what you want to experience.
Like tuning a radio. You don't make the music, you just align with the station.
Perfectly put, you align with the frequency and let it play through you.
So how does one even approach that kind of state?
The practices usually involve progressively letting go of that separate observer identity, expanding into the recognition of being the field.
Surrendering the idea of being a person having experience.
And opening to being the space where all experiences arise often involves things like deep meditation, certain breathwork techniques, specific identity dissolution practices.
Approach with patience, I imagine. Reverence, even.
Absolutely. It's not something to force, but a gradual unfolding.
Okay, so let's quickly recap this whole deep dive into the silent observer matrix. Scattered awareness, creates chaos.
But calibrated consciousness brings control.
Witnessing without reacting stops you accidentally manifesting what you don't want.
While consistent, focused observation actively restructures reality.
And ultimately, these transcendent states can dissolve limitations entirely.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most profound idea to maybe take away from all this is you're not separate from this field of potential.
You are the field, awakening to your own creative power.
Wow, okay. That's a lot to take in.
It is. So maybe a final thought to leave everyone with. Remember, you came here not just to passively watch reality unfold,
But to consciously collapse it into your desired form.
The field is always waiting for your next observation. Choose wisely.
Powerful stuff. If this deep dive has sparked something in you, if it resonates, we'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, leave a comment below. Share your thoughts, your reflections.
Or maybe share this deep dive with someone you know who's ready to stop just reacting and start consciously creating.
And of course, subscribe so you don't miss our future explorations together.
Thanks for diving deep with us today.